everyone, so this is the second part of Nashville Numbers. We're going to look at chords 1, 4 and 5. In the last video we just looked at chord 1 predominantly. Okay, so we're in the key of D flat, and I just want to show you the difference between going from 1 to 4, 4 to 1 and 1 to 5 and 5 to 1. Okay, so this is between chords 1 and 4. Chord 4, often it's a major 7 or a 9 chord, so you've got a little bit of a kind of moody feel to it there. Okay, so that's what 1 to 4 sounds like. In classical music, if you go from chord 4 to chord 1, it's called a plagal cadence, so it goes, it's supposed to sound like now I'll just play you chords 1 and chord 5. It has quite a different sound to it. It's much happier. Can you hear that? In classical music, when you go 5, 1, that's called a perfect cadence, and it's like the end. It's quite cheesy if you put the 7th there. So that's kind of the kind of obvious chord to have before chord 1 is chord 5. Gives it kind of a nice ending. Okay, so we're going to do the counting up thing again so that you can work out if we're going to chord 4 or chord 5. So we're on chord 1, I'm going to play a chord and you have to tell me if it's chord 4 or 5. Okay. So if you're not sure, we're going to count up. So this is chord 1, this is the chord I'm playing, chord 1, and this chord, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's chord 5. Okay. Let's do it again. One, two, three, 4. So that's to chord 4. So there's a couple of ways to recognise it. Either recognising the sound of the chords, the more mellow versus the happier, or you can count up 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few song examples that use those chords. So starting with the 1-4 chord progression. There's nothing worth more that can never come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living. This is 1. Your presence. Then to the 4, it's a major 7. So it's literally just those 2 chords. Another song is Saved, which is a vineyard song. So it goes like this. This is the chorus. You, my Jesus, my strength and fortress. So 1, and purpose, for you are all this and more. Back to 1. examples of the 1-4 chord progression. Now let's do something that uses the 4 and the 5. We're also going to introduce chord 6. So chords 1, 4 and 5 are all major. They're your major chords. So that means in technical terms there's a major third, then a minor third in the triad, and it sounds happy. Okay. The chord 6 is a minor chord. Can you hear that sounds sad? And that's because there's a minor third between these two notes in the chord. And that sounds sadder than this one or this one. Okay, so this chord progression we're going to do is 1, 4, 6, 5, and it's a very common chord progression. So 1, 4, then 6, there's your minor, and then 5, which makes me want to go back to the 1. Okay, so a couple songs with this chord progression. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, 3 in 1. So 1, 4, 6, 5. Another one. Awake my soul and sing, sing His praises aloud, sing His praises aloud. Oh, 1, 4, 6, 5. Cool. So those are a couple of chord progressions that start 1, 4, and then either carry on 1, 4 or 1, 4, 6, 5. We're going to do a couple of chord progressions now that go 1, 5. So I'm going to do 1, 5, 6, 4. So this is 1, 5, then 6, which is your minor chord, and then ending on the 4. 1, 5, 6, and then back to the 4. So a couple of examples. Our Father in heaven, the light of creation. Oh, how good is He? The breath of Almighty before and behind me. Oh, how good is He? Another one. You meet me here. Spirit, you meet me here. You go before me. Your love surrounds me, changing the atmosphere. So we're going chord 1. Listen to the bass notes. Then 5, 6, and then 4. And then, what a beautiful name it is. 1. What a beautiful name it is. 5. The name of 6. Jesus Christ, my King. 4. Just have a sneaky 5 between the 6 and the 4, but let's ignore that. So there's a few examples of 1, 5, 6, 4. So I think I'm going to leave it there and then do the next video showing a couple more chord progressions.